to have you all in class today. In our last class, we talked about barriers to national development, and today we'll be talking about dangers of political apathy. Many people today don't involve themselves in politics. They all have their reasons. So that is what we'll be discussing today in this class. So by the end of today's class, I expect you to be able to define political apathy, state the forms of political apathy, and also state reasons for political apathy. So these are the major themes I would like you to take note of while the class goes on. Politics today refers to government. It is the exercise of control within the society through the making and the enforcement of collective decisions. Apathy too has its own part here. Apathy means lack of interest or enthusiasm for something. It can also be referred to as not willing to make any effort to change things or situations that affect an individual. So, seeing the meaning of politics and also the meaning of apathy. So let's put the two of them together, politics and apathy, that is political apathy. And then we'll find the meaning of the word political apathy. Well, political apathy is the indifference on the part of citizens of a country as regards their attitude toward political activities. So, citizens that don't care when it comes to political issues, they are not interested, they don't care, they are not ready to vote for anybody. So let's find out the reasons or the forms of political apathy. Let's see the different ways that people display this attitude today in the society. The first we have today is refusal to vote during elections, especially when one is qualified to vote. So some persons today refuse to vote intentionally. Even when they are of age, they are not interested in voting. And then for some, they refuse to participate in any political discussion. They don't want to discuss any political issue with anybody, either their family members or their friends or possibly associates. They are not interested in discussing any political issue with anybody available. For some persons, they don't even want to hear anything that has to do with politics. When you bring up issues like that, they become so offended. So that's their own reason for apathy. And then for others, they go to the extent of refusal to register to vote. Of course, before you vote, you must get to a certain age. And when you attain to that age, you're expected to register in order for you to get your voter's card. But for them, they are not interested in registering. And then for some others, they don't engage in political campaign during elections. During elections, politicians go for rallies, they go for campaigns. These ones are not interested. They don't engage in any of these campaigns. While for some other group of people, they are not willing to give financial or material support to politicians. So let's take a look at the reasons for political apathy. The first one is unfulfilled political promises. While politicians are sometimes very deceptive, they usually like the electorate to support and vote for them. And when they finally get to power, they do contrary to their election promises. At this point, the electorate feel cheated because the promises that made them vote these persons in place are no longer fulfilled. So the citizens therefore feel indifferent to further political activities in the society they find themselves in. Another reason for political apathy is poor response of government to the people's needs. The failure of government to meet the aspiration of the citizens and make life meaningful will always discourage the citizens from participating in politics. The decaying infrastructure, unemployment, insensitivity of the government to the plight of the people, especially those living in the countryside, have gone a long way to discourage some citizens from participating in politics. Another one is poverty. Under extreme poverty, there is no interest to participate in politics, or if there is any interest, that interest is very low, especially when these electorates are expected to finance their involvement in politics. So since they cannot afford the means financially, they don't engage in anything that has to do with politics. The next point is bad electoral system. When the process and procedure of elections are not credible, that is, there is malpractice in the conduct of election, this will not reflect the wishes of majority of people. When people discover that their votes will not count in an election, they will decide not to waste precious time at the polling centers. The next point is danger and fear. Fear of intimidation, fear of destruction of lives and properties during electoral process, threats to people's fundamental human rights, such as right to life, has made many to abstain from politics. In today's class, we've seen the meaning of politics. We've also get to understand the meaning of apathy and also what political apathy is all about. We've seen the forms in which people display political apathy in the society today, and we also made mention of reasons why people have that attitude toward politics. So please, on the screen you'll see some questions. I would like you to put the answers to these questions inside your notebook. And in class, when we come together, we will discuss these questions together as it will form basis of our notes in class. So it's nice having you around. Do have a lovely day. Thank you.